This is the world of the Celts, a tapestry of mystery woven through the hills of ancient Gaul, the Isles of Britannia, the valleys of Hibernia. For the next 2 hours and more, let these stories cradle you, their rhythms steady as a heartbeat, guiding you toward rest. Imagine yourself standing in a sacred grove, the leaves rustling softly. As we begin to explore the secrets of Celtic mysticism, the Druids and the groves that held their world together, the Celts, those scattered tribes of Iron Age Europe, lived in a world where the divine was not distant but near, woven into the fabric of the earth. From roughly 1200 BCE to the Roman conquests, their tribes, the Parisii, the Helvetii, the Dumnones, stretched across what we now call France, Britain, Ireland, and beyond. They were not a single nation, but a mosaic bound by shared beliefs, languages, and a reverence for nature. Their spirituality was alive, pulsing in the roots of trees, the flow of rivers, the flicker of firelight. Every hill, every spring, every grove was a doorway to the divine, a place where the mortal and eternal met. Imagine the air, heavy with mist, brushing your skin as you stand among ancient trees. The Celts saw the world as a living thing. Its cycles of day and night, summer and winter, birth and death, a sacred dance. Their spiritual life was guided by the Druids, those enigmatic figures who were more than priests. They were scholars, poets, healers, keepers of a wisdom so vast it took decades to learn. The Druids memorized the stories of their people, the movements of the stars, the properties of plants, their voices a soft chant in the twilight. They led rituals in sacred groves, or nemata, where the earth itself was the altar, its soil rich with meaning. The sacred groves were the heart of Celtic spirituality, places where the veil between worlds grew thin. Picture a clearing, its air thick with the scent of moss and burning herbs, where oaks stood like silent guardians. The Druids chose these places for their power: a gnarled yew, a clear spring, a hill kissed by dawn. Here they offered prayers to gods like Lugus, bright and skilled; Brigid, keeper of poetry and flame; Cernunnos, the horned one of the wild. Their rituals were not rigid but fluid, shaped by the seasons, the needs of the tribe. The whispers of the land, women too held a sacred place in this world. Some were seers, their eyes bright with visions, their hands deft with herbs or offerings. These bandrui, or female druids, read the stars, interpreted dreams, guided their people through the unknown. Their presence was a balance, their wisdom a thread in the Celtic tapestry. As you listen, let this world unfold, its details soft and steady, like leaves falling in a quiet wood. The Celts lived by Cycle Soan's shadowed veil, Imbolc's verse light, Beltane's fire, Lugnasade's harvest, each a moment to align with the earth's rhythm. Dawn in a tribal village. Imagine yourself in a Celtic village, nestled in a valley where the air is cool and damp, the first rays of sunlight filtering through a veil of mist. The scent of wood smoke lingers, mingling with the earthiness of thatch and dew-soaked grass. It is dawn, a time of quiet beginnings, when the world feels soft and new. A female seer, her cloak woven with threads of green and ochre, moves through the village, her steps deliberate, her breath a faint cloud in the morning chill. Let this moment wrap around you, its rhythm steady, its details a gentle guide toward calm. The village is small, a cluster of round houses with walls of wattle and daub, their roofs thatched with straw that glints golden in the early light. The Celts built their homes to blend with the land, their walls curved like the hills, their hearths the heart of each dwelling. Smoke curls from a central fire, its warmth a quiet promise against the dawn's coolness. The village is alive, but softly so chickens cluck in their pens, a dog stirs. The distant low of cattle carries on the breeze. The seer, whose name might be Aelb or Bronick, walks with purpose, her amber beads clicking softly against her. Chest-totter morning begins with ritual, a practice as old as the hills. She kneels by a small stream at the village's edge, its water cold and clear, reflecting the pale sky. The Celts revered water springs, rivers, wells as gateways to the divine, their murmur a voice of the gods. Elb dips her hands into the stream, the chill waking her senses, and whispers a prayer to Bridget, goddess of dawn and inspiration. Her words are soft, repetitive, a chant that blends with the water's flow, grounding her in the rhythm of the day. Imagine the sound, a low hum like a lullaby, soothing your mind as you listen. The seer's role is one of balance, her presence a bridge between the village and the unseen. She is not a druid, though her knowledge overlaps with theirs, learned in the shade of groves or at the knees of elders. Her visions guide the tribe when to plant, when to move the cattle, when to seek the druid's counsel. This morning, she feels the weight of a dream. Its images fragmented but potent, a white stag, a shadowed grove, a fire that burns without end. She carries this dream like a stone in her heart, knowing it will shape her day, perhaps her people's future. As she rises, the village stirs around her. A woman tends the fire, her hands deft as she feeds it kindling, the flames casting a warm glow on her face. A man sharpens a spear, the scrape of stone on wood, a steady rhythm. Children dart between houses, their laughter bright but fleeting, swallowed by the mist. Life here is simple but not easy, a constant dance with the land. The Celts of Gaul, around 300 BCE, faced a world of uncertainty, rival tribes, shifting seasons, the ever-present threat of hunger or raid. Yet their days were woven with purpose, each task a thread in the fabric of survival. Aelb moves to her roundhouse, its interior dim, scented with herbs hung to dry arrow, vervain, chamomile. She kneels by a small altar, a flat stone adorned with a sprig of mistletoe and a clay bowl of water. The Celts placed altars in their homes, not grand, but intimate, a reminder of the divine in daily life. She lights a bundle of sage, its smoke curling upward, filling the air with a cleansing scent. Her prayers are quiet, her voice a murmur, asking for clarity, for strength, for the village's safety. Imagine the smoke, soft and spiraling, its fragrance wrapping around you. Easing your thoughts, the village's rhythm is slow but steady, a cycle of tasks that bind the community. Women weave baskets from willow, their fingers quick but unhurried, the weave tight and even. Men repair a fence, their hands calloused from years of work, their voices low as they share news of a neighboring tribe. The Celts were not isolated. Their villages traded, allied, sometimes fought. A raid could come without warning, leaving homes burned, lives lost to the earth. Yet Aelb's presence, her quiet authority, steadies the village. Her visions a shield against the unknown. She steps outside, the mist now lifting, revealing fields of barley and emmer wheat, their stalks swaying in the breeze. The Celts were farmers, their lives tied to the soil. Planting was a sacred act, each seed an offering to the earth's goddess, each harvest a gift. But the land was not always kind. Drought could wither crops, rain could drown them. Aelb knows this, her dreams, often heavy with the land's warnings. She walks to a small enclosure where pigs root in the mud, their grunts a familiar sound. The Celts valued pigs, their meat a staple, their hides a resource. Life here was a balance, each day a negotiation with the earth. As the sun climbs, Aelb visits the village's edge where a small grove of hazel trees stands. Hazels were sacred, their nuts a symbol of wisdom, their wood used for wands or staffs. She cuts a sprig, her bronze knife glinting, and tucks it into her belt. The act is deliberate, a ritual to carry wisdom through the day. The Celts saw meaning in every action, every choice a thread in the greater tapestry. Eälf's role as seer makes her a weaver, her visions and rituals binding the village to the divine. The morning unfolds, the mist now gone, the air warming with the sun. Eälf joins the women at a communal hearth, where they prepare bread, the dough kneaded with care, its scent earthy and warm. Food was central to Celtic life, a shared act that strengthened bonds. The Celts ate simply porch bread, cheese, meat when they had it, but each meal was a moment of gratitude, a pause to honor the land. Albi shares a loaf with an elder, their conversation soft, their words weaving stories of ancestors, of gods of the grove nearby. Life in the village was not without struggle. Disease could sweep through, a silent shadow that took the young or weak, leaving families to mourn by firelight. Raids, too, were a reality, rival tribes seeking cattle or grain, their spears swift, their intent unyielding. Yet the Celts faced these hardships with resilience, their lives rooted in community, in the land, in the divine. Eälf's visions offered hope, her rituals a shield. She might see a storm coming, or a bountiful harvest, her dreams guiding the village through uncertainty as noon approaches. Eälf prepares for her day's work, visiting families, offering blessings, seeking signs in the sky or the flight of birds. The Celts watch the world closely. Every crow's call, every cloud's shape a message. Her role is to listen, to interpret, to guide. She carries a small pouch of herbs, their scent grounding her, their power a gift from the earth. The village trusts her, their faith a quiet strength, their lives interwoven with hers. Asterisk. Druidic rituals. Let your breath soften, slow, like the rustle of leaves in a quiet grove. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a sacred nematone, a clearing where ancient oaks reach toward a twilight sky, their branches heavy with mistletoe. The air is thick with the scent of sage smoke, curling upward in delicate spirals, mingling with the cool dampness of evening. The rhythm of the Celtic world surrounds you, steady and unhurried, as the Druids prepare their rituals under starlit oaks. Settle deeper into this moment. Let the grove's peace wrap around you, guiding you gently toward rest. Entering the sacred grove, picture a forest in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, where the trees stand tall and silent, their roots deep in the earth, their leaves whispering secrets older than time. This is the nematon, the sacred grove, a place where the Celts felt the divine most keenly. The ground is soft with moss, cool beneath your imagined feet, and the air carries the faint hum of live crickets, distant owls, the murmur of a nearby stream. The Druids, those keepers of wisdom, gather here. Their white robes catching the flicker of torchlight, their movements deliberate, their voices low and rhythmic. The grove is chosen with care, marked by a great oak, its trunk wide and gnarled. Or perhaps a circle of hazel trees, their slender branches swaying. The Celts believed certain places held power, where the veil between worlds grew thin, where the gods Lugus, Brigid, Tyrannus listened closely. Imagine the scent of damp earth, rich and grounding, as you stand at the grove's edge. The Druids move slowly, their hands carrying bundles of herbs, their steps a quiet dance with the land. This is where their rituals unfold, a tapestry of chants, offerings, and reverence, woven to honor the divine and guide the tribe. The nematon is not a temple of stone, but a living sanctuary, its boundaries marked not by walls, but by the natural world. A small spring might bubble at its heart, its water clear and cold, reflecting the first stars. A flat stone, worn smooth by time, serves as an altar, adorned with sprigs of vervain or a bronze torque. The air feels heavy, charged with a quiet energy that settles into your bones. As you listen, let this grove become your refuge, its stillness a lullaby, its rhythm a thread that binds this 2-hour journey together. The ritual begins, the Druids gather as the sun dips below the horizon. The sky, deepening to indigo, flecked with stars. A senior Druid, perhaps an elder with silvered hair, steps forward, their staff of yew tapping softly against the earth. Their voice, low and melodic, begins a chant, its words ancient, their meaning known only to the initiated. The chant is repetitive, a steady pulse that blends with the night by oak and ash. By earth and sky, we call to you, spirits of the land. Imagine the sound, soft and hypnotic, wrapping around you like a woven blanket, easing your mind. Sage is lit, its smoke rising in gentle curls, filling the grove with a cleansing scent. The Celts burned herb sage, juniper, mugwort to purify the space, to carry prayers upward, to invite the divine. The smoke is faint but persistent, its fragrance, earthy and warm, mingling with the coolness of the evening air. The Druids move in a slow circle, their robes brushing the ground, their hands raised to the sky. They are not hurried. Their rituals are a conversation with time itself, measured and deliberate, a rhythm that soothes as it unfolds. Offerings are laid upon the stone altar, a loaf of barley bread, its crust rough and warm, a clay cup of mead, its sweetness a gift to the gods, a sprig of mistletoe cut with a bronze sickle under moonlight. Mistletoe, sacred to the Celts, was a symbol of life, its white berries glowing softly in the dark. The Druids handled it with care, their movements precise, their respect palpable. Imagine the altar, simple yet profound, its offerings a bridge between the mortal and divine. A quiet act of gratitude that echoes through the grove. The purpose of the ritual, this ritual, one of many, might mark a festival Beltane's fire. Samhain shadowed Valor, a moment of need, a plea for rain, a bountiful harvest, or protection from unseen threats. The Celts lived close to the land, their survival tied to its whims. A drought could parch their fields, a raid could shatter their peace. The Druids' rituals were a way to seek balance, to align the tribe with the earth's cycles, to ask for guidance in a world of uncertainty. Their chants, their offerings, were not demands but requests. A humble dialogue with the divine. Picture the Druids circling the altar, their voices rising and falling, a soft cadence that mirrors the breeze. They might call to Tyrannus, the thunder god, for strength, to Epona for the safety of their horses, to Bridget for wisdom and healing. The gods were not distant but present, their voices in the wind, their faces in the stars. The Druids, as interpreters, wove these voices into meaning, their rituals. A way to listen, to respond, to connect, sometimes. The ritual required sacrifice, a practice the Celts held as sacred but which we view through a distant lens. Animals, perhaps a lamb or a bull, might be offered. Their lives given to honor the gods, their loss a heavy but necessary act. The Druids ensured the act was swift, respectful, the life returned to the earth with care. No blood stained the grove's peace. Instead, the offering was a moment of solemn gratitude, its weight felt in the silence that followed. The Celts understood sacrifice as part of life's cycle, a giving back to the land that sustained them. The role of the Druids were more than ritual leaders. They were the tribe's memory, its conscience, its guide. Their training, lasting up to 20 years, filled their minds with lore stories of ancestors, maps of the stars, remedies from the earth. Imagine a young initiate standing at the grove's edge, listening to the elders chant, their heart racing with the weight of what they must learn. The Druids memorized everything, their oral tradition a living archive, their voices carrying the past into the present. In the grove, they were also judges, settling disputes with a wisdom drawn from the land. A quarrel over cattle, a boundary dispute, a question of honor, all were brought to the nematone, where the Druids' words held authority. Their judgments were not harsh but fair, seeking harmony, their voices calm even in tension. Picture the elder Druid, their eyes steady, their staff a symbol of balance as they speak to the gathered tribe. Their words a bridge between conflict and peace. The Druids were also astronomers, their eyes trained on the sky. Tonight's ritual might align with a solstice, the stars a map of divine will. They tracked the heavens, their knowledge guiding, planting, harvesting, even war. Imagine them pointing to a constellation, their voice soft but sure, naming it as a sign of the gods' favor. This knowledge, vast and intricate, was a gift to their people, a way to navigate the unknown. The grove's atmospheres, the ritual continues. The grove grows quieter, the night deeper. The torchlight flickers, casting shadows that dance across the oaks. The air is cool now, scented with sage and the faint sweetness of mead. The Celts believed the grove was a threshold, a place where spirits lingered, where the past and future met. The Druids, attuned to this, moved with reverence, their steps light, their hands steady. Imagine the scene, the grove alive but still, its energy a soft pulse that matches your breath. The ritual might include a procession, the Druids walking a sacred path around the grove, their chants weaving a circle of protection. They might pause at the spring, dipping their hands in its water, offering thanks for its clarity, its life. The Celts saw water as sacred, a mirror of the divine, its flow a reminder of life's continuity. The Druids might sprinkle it on the ground, a blessing for the earth, a gift to the tribe as the ritual nears its end. The Druids gather closer, their voices softening to a whisper. The elder raises a staff, its tip carved with spirals, and speaks a final prayer, sealing the grove's sanctity. The tribe, gathered at the edges, feels the weight of the moment, their hearts aligned with the land. The air is still now, the sage smoke fading, the stars bright above. The grove holds its peace, a sanctuary that lingers in the mind, the aftermath and reflection when the ritual ends. The Druids linger, their work not yet done. They might sit by the altar, discussing the signs they've seen: a hawk's flight, a shift in the wind, a dream shared by the seer. These signs were the language of the gods, and the Druids were its readers. Their role was to carry this wisdom back to the village, to guide its people through the days ahead. Imagine the elder, their face lined but calm, their eyes reflecting. The firelight as they speak of the rituals, meaning a harvest secured, a threat averted, a balance restored. The grove, now quiet, holds the echo of their chants, its peace unbroken. The Celts believed that rituals left a mark, a strengthening of the bond between tribe and land. The Druids, as keepers of this bond, carried its weight with grace, their lives a constant service to their people. As you picture this, let the grove stillness settle over you, its rhythm a gentle pull toward rest. Let the scent of sage, the flicker of torchlight, the murmur of chants linger in your mind. Rest now, as we prepare to step into the world of women as healers, their hands weaving remedies, their baskets filled with the earth's gifts. Women as healers. Let your thoughts drift, soft as a leaf falling to the forest floor. Imagine yourself in a Celtic village, where the air carries the faint scent of herbsiro, vervain, chamomile, drying in the warmth of a late morning sun. The sound of woven baskets creaking softly fills the air, their willow strands tight and smooth under skilled hands. Women move through the village, their cloaks brushing the earth, their knowledge of healing a quiet strength. Settle into this moment, let the rhythm of their lives wrap around you, steady and unhurried, guiding you deeper into calm. The healer's craft. Picture a roundhouse at the edge of a village in ancient Gaul. Its walls of wattle and daub, warmed by the sun. Its thatched roof dappled with light. Inside, a woman named Mjorn, perhaps a seer or a healer trained in the ways of the earth, kneels by a low table. Her hands, calloused but gentle, sort through bundles of herbs, their leaves crisp and fragrant. The Celts, living around 300 BCE, relied on the land for survival, and women like Mjorn were its stewards, their knowledge of plants a lifeline for their people. The air is thick with the scent of crushed leaves, a grounding aroma that fills the space with purpose. The healer's craft was sacred, a blend of skill and intuition passed down through generations. Women, often the keepers of this knowledge, learned from mothers, aunts, or elders, their lessons taught in the quiet of groves or by the flicker of a hearth. Imagine Mjorn's hands, steady and sure, as she ties a bundle of chamomile with a thin cord, its flowers delicate and pale. Chamomile soothed restless minds, eased sleepless nights. It sent a whisper of calm. She places it in a woven basket, its willow strands smooth and pliable, crafted by her own hands or those of her kin. The Celts saw healing as a balance, a way to align the body with the earth's rhythms. Herbs were not mere plants but gifts, each with a purpose hero to staunch wounds. Vervain for blessings, mugwort for dreams. Mjorn's roundhouse is a sanctuary of remedies, its walls hung with drying herbs, their shadows dancing in the firelight. A clay pot simmers over the hearth, its contents a decoction of nettle and elderflower brewed to ease fever or strengthen the weak. The scent is earthy, warm, a reminder of the land's generosity. The role of women healers. Women like Mjorn were central to the village, their roles fluid, their wisdom sought by all. Some were Bandrui female druids, their knowledge vast as the groves they revered. Others were simply healers, their skills honed through years of practice, their hands deft with mortar and pestle. Imagine Mjorn visiting a family, her basket heavy with remedies, her amber beads clicking softly as she moves. The Celts valued women's voices, their insights a balance to the Druids' authority, their presence a thread in the community's tapestry. Her day is one of quiet purpose. She might visit a child, their cough sharp in the morning air, and offer a syrup of honey and thyme, its sweetness masking the herb's bite. The Celts faced illness, often fevers that swept through in winter, injuries from work or raid, the slow wear of hunger. Yet the healer's role was not to dwell on suffering, but to ease it, to restore balance with the earth's gifts. Mjorn's touch is gentle, her voice low, her words a murmur of reassurance as she works. The village trusts her, their faith a quiet strength. A warrior, his arm bound from a skirmish, might seek her for a poultice of comfrey, its leaves mashed to a paste, its scent sharp and green. A mother, heavy with child, might ask for raspberry leaf tea, believed to ease the trials of birth. Each remedy is a ritual, a small offering to the body's resilience, a nod to the gods who gifted the plants. Imagine the sound of Mjorn's pestle grinding herbs, a steady rhythm, like a heartbeat, soothing your mind as you listen. Weaving baskets. Weaving lives. The act of healing was not only in herbs, but in the tools of the craft. Women wove baskets, their fingers quick but unhurried, the willow strands bending under their touch. These baskets, tight and sturdy, held the healer's tools, herbs, roots, small clay jars of salves. Picture a group of women by a stream, there. Laughter soft as they soak willow branches, their hands weaving patterns that tell stories of their own. The Celts valued craft, each basket a work of art, its weave a symbol of community, of lives interwoven. The process was slow, deliberate, a meditation in itself. A woman might sit in the shade of a hazel tree, its leaves whispering above as she wove a basket for Mjorn. The willow, cut in spring when it was pliable, was soaked until soft, its scent fresh and green. The weaver's hands moved in a rhythm, looping and pulling, creating a vessel that would carry the earth's healing. The basket's creak, its texture smooth yet firm, was a constant in the healer's life, a reminder of the women who supported her work. These baskets were more than tools. They were offerings, sometimes left at sacred springs or groves, filled with bread or herbs for the gods. The Celts saw craft as sacred, a way to honor the land that provided. A basket might be placed by a sickbed, its presence a quiet comfort, its contents a promise of care. Imagine holding such a basket, its weight light but grounding, its weave a testament to the hands that made it. The rhythm of weaving, like the rhythm of healing, was a steady pulse, a thread that runs through. This tower journey, the challenges of healing life in a Celtic village, was not without struggle. Disease could spread quickly, a shadow that lingered in the damp of winter or the heat of summer. A fever might take a child, its loss a quiet grief felt by the hearth. Injuries from raids or work-broken bones, cuts from a sickle, were common, their pain a reminder of the body's fragility. The Celts faced these realities with resilience, their healers a beacon in the dark. Mjorn's remedies could not always save, but they offered hope, a way to ease suffering, to honor life's cycle. When a raid struck, the aftermath was heavy. Warriors returned, some bearing wounds that tested the healer's skill. A spear's mark, a bruised limb. These were met with poultices, with quiet chants to bridge it for strength. The Celts did not linger on the violence, but on the restoration, the return to balance. Mjorn might sit by a warrior's side, her hands applying a salve of plantain, its coolness a relief against the skin. Her voice, steady and calm, spoke of the earth's power, of the god's presence, easing the mind as much as the body. The healer's work was also preventative, a way to strengthen the village before illness struck. She might brew tonics of nettle, rich with iron, to fortify the weak. Or she might lead a ritual, sprinkling vervain around a home to ward off unseen threats. The Celts believed in the power of intention, of aligning with the land's rhythms. Mjorn's knowledge, her baskets filled with remedies, was a shield, a quiet defiance against the uncertainties of their world. The healer's connection to the divine. Healing was not just practical, but spiritual, a dance with the divine. Mjorn might walk to a nearby grove, her basket swinging gently to gather herbs under moonlight, when their power was strongest. The Celts believed that plants held the god's essence: mistletoe for life, yarrow for protection, chamomile for peace. She might offer a prayer as she cut a sprig, her bronze knife glinting, her words a whisper to the earth goddess. Imagine the moonlight, soft and silver, bathing the grove in a gentle glow, its peace wrapping around you. The healer's rituals were small but profound, a continuation of the Druids' work. She might place a basket of herbs by a spring, its water a mirror for the stars, as an offering to Bridget or Danu. The Celts saw women as close to the divine, their roles as mothers, seers, healers, a reflection of the earth's fertility. Mjorn's work was a prayer, each remedy a stitch in the tapestry of her people's lives. Her hands, her voice, her baskets were all part of this, a rhythm that soothed. A constant in the village's days, as the day unfolds, Mjorn moves through the village, her presence a quiet strength. She checks on the sick, shares a remedy, weaves a new basket by the hearth. The air is warm now, scented with herbs and smoke, the village alive with the hum of work. The Celts' lives were hard, but rich, their healers a vital thread, their craft a gift. Imagine this world, its details soft and steady, its rhythm a lullaby that carries you toward rest. Let the scent of herbs, the creak of woven baskets, the healer's quiet strength linger in your mind. Rest now, as we prepare to step toward Sacred spring, where offerings are made, and the water's murmur sings of the divine. Sacred springs. Let your mind soften, your breath slow, like ripples spreading across a still pool. Imagine yourself standing by a sacred spring, its water clear and cold, murmuring softly as it rises from the earth. The air is heavy with the scent of damp moss and wildflowers, the faint glow of twilight reflecting on the water's surface. In the world of the Celts, springs were gateways to the divine, places where offerings were made, where the earth's voice whispered truths. Settle into this moment. Let the water's gentle rhythm wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The sacred spring, a gateway to the divine. Picture a quiet clearing in ancient Gaul around 300 BCE, where a spring bubbles up from the earth, its surface catching the last light of day. The Celts revered water rivers, wells, springs as sacred, their flow a voice of the gods, their clarity a mirror for the stars. This spring, nestled among hazel and willow trees, is a place of power, its banks soft with moss, its air cool and fragrant. The ground is worn smooth by countless feet, a testament to the pilgrims who come to honor the divine. Imagine standing here, the waters murmur a steady hum, its sound as soothing as a lullaby. The spring is small but profound, its water cold against your imagined touch, its surface rippling with the breeze. The Celts believed that springs connected the world's earth, sky, and the unseen realm of spirits. They called this place a sanctuary, a nematon of water, where the goddess Sulis or Danu might linger, her presence felt in the liquid's gentle flow. A flat stone rests nearby, an altar worn by time, adorned with offerings a woven basket of herbs, a bronze pin, a clay cup etched with spirals. The air feels heavy, alive with a quiet energy that settles into your bones. The village nearby relies on this spring, not just for water, but for meaning. Its flow is life, its clarity a gift. The Celts carried water from such places in carved wooden buckets, their hands steady, their steps reverent. But this spring is more than a resource. It is a place of ritual where offerings are made to seek favor, to give thanks, to restore balance. As you listen, let the water's murmur fill your mind, its rhythm a thread that weaves through this 2-hour journey, connecting the grove, the village, and now this sacred place. The act of offering, a woman approaches the spring, her cloak woven with threads of green and ochre, her basket heavy with gifts. She might be a seer, a healer, or simply a villager, her heart full of purpose. Her name could be Ethan, her role to honor the gods on behalf of her people. She kneels by the spring, her movements slow, deliberate, as if the earth itself watches. The Celts made offerings to maintain harmony, to ask for rain, for health. For safety in a world where scarcity or strife could shift the balance, Ethan places a small loaf of barley bread on the altar. Its crust rough but warm, baked that morning by the village hearth. Beside it, she sets a sprig of vervain, its leaves delicate, its scent sharp and clean. Vervain was sacred, believed to carry blessings, to ward off harm. She might add a polished stone, its surface smooth from years in the stream, or a bronze ring, its metal catching the light. These offerings are simple but profound, each a gesture of gratitude, a plea for the gods' favor. Imagine the altar, its surface crowded with gifts, the water's reflection dancing across them. The act of offering is quiet, unhurried, a ritual as natural as breathing. Ethan whispers a prayer, her voice blending with the spring's murmur. By water and earth, by leaf and stone, we honor you, spirits of this place. The words are repetitive, a chant that echoes the Druids' rituals, a rhythm that soothes the mind. The Celts believed that offerings strengthened the bond between human and divine, a way to weave their lives into the earth's cycles. As you picture this, let the prayer's cadence wrap around you, its softness a guide toward rest. The spring's role in Celtic life. Springs were central to the Celts. Their waters used in healing, in ritual, in daily life. A healer might draw water for a remedy, mixing it with herbs to ease a fever or cleanse a wound. A mother might bring her child here, dipping their hands in the cool flow, seeking a blessing for health. The spring's water was pure, its source deep in the earth, its power a gift from the gods. Imagine the sound, a gentle trickle, steady and unending. A reminder of life's continuity. But the Celts also knew the spring's fragility. A drought could slow its flow, a harsh summer leaving the village anxious, their fields parched. Such times brought hardship, the threat of hunger, a shadow over the community. The Celts faced these realities with resilience, their offerings a way to seek balance, to ask for the earth's mercy. Ethan might pray for rain, her hands cupping water as she speaks, her voice calm but earnest. The gods, they believed, listened. Here, their presence felt in the water's clarity, its coolness a promise of renewal, in rare moments. Offerings were more significant, a torque of twisted bronze, a carved figurine, even an animal, its life given swiftly to honor the divine. Such acts were solemn, not cruel, the Celts understanding sacrifice as part of life's cycle. The spring received these gifts, its waters carrying them to the gods, its surface undisturbed by the weight of the act. The focus was not on loss, but on gratitude, on the hope that the gods would respond. The Celts did not dwell on the act itself, but on its purpose, its place in their world. The community at the spring. The spring was not just a place for individuals, but for the community. Villagers gathered here, their voices low, their steps careful. A young woman might come to seek a vision, staring into the water's depths, watching for ripples that spoke of the future. An elder might tell stories of the spring's history, of a time when its flow saved the village from drought, or when a seer's dream foretold a bountiful harvest. These stories passed down like the water's flow, bound the community together, their rhythm a constant in their lives. Imagine a group of women by the spring, their baskets filled with herbs or cloth, their hands busy but unhurried. They might weave a small mat of rushes, its texture rough but soft, to leave as an offering. The Celts valued craft, each act a prayer, each gift a thread in their tapestry. The women's laughter, soft and fleeting, mingles with the water's murmur, creating a soundscape that soothes, that invites rest. The spring was a place of connection where the village came to share, to pray, to find peace. Children, too, were drawn to the spring, their curiosity bright but tempered by reverence. They might drop a pebble into the water, watching its ripples. Or place a flower on the altar, their small hands careful. The Celts taught their young to respect the sacred, to see the divine in the world around them. The spring was a teacher, its lessons quiet but profound, its presence a reminder of the God's nearness. As you imagine this, let the children's voices fade, let the water's sound carry you deeper into calm. The spring's eternal murmur as evening deepens. The spring glows under a sky now thick with stars. Its water reflects their light, a mirror of the heavens, its murmur unbroken. The Celts believed that springs never truly slept, their flow a constant prayer, their voice a song of the earth. Ethan lingers, her basket lighter now, her offerings. Given she might trace a spiral in the air, a gesture of thanks, her cloak catching the breeze. The spring holds her prayers, its water carrying them to the gods, its peace a gift to the village. The Celts faced a world of uncertainty, seasons that could fail, raids that could strike, illnesses that could spread. Yet the spring was a constant. Its flow a reminder of resilience, of life's persistence. Ethan's offerings, like those of her people, were a way to navigate this world, to seek harmony, to trust in the divine. The spring's murmur, soft and steady, was their answer, a sound that soothed, that promised renewal. As you listen, let the water's rhythm fill your mind, its cadence a lullaby. The spring is a sanctuary, its peace a thread that runs through this 2-hour journey, connecting the grove, the village, the healer's craft, and now this sacred place. Imagine its coolness, its clarity, its quiet strength. As you drift toward rest, let the murmur of the spring, the scent of offerings, the glow of starlight linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the world of warriors, where leather armor creaks and firelight dances, guiding the Celts through their trials. Let your breath ease, slow and steady, like the flicker of firelight on a quiet evening. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a Celtic village, where the air carries the scent of leather and wood smoke, the soft creak of armor blending with the distant murmur of a stream. In the glow of a fire, warriors gather, their faces lit by dancing flames, their hands steady on spears or swords. The rhythm of their lives is one of strength and preparation, a constant balance between peace and the trials of their world. Settle into this moment. Let the fire's warmth wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The warrior's world. Picture a clearing just beyond a village in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, where the grass is worn from countless footsteps, the air cool with the promise of night. The Celts were a people of the land, their lives tied to its cycles, but they were also a people of conflict, their tribes often at odds with neighbors or distant foes. Warriors were central to this world, their role a shield for the village, their training a ritual as sacred as any offered in the groves. Imagine the scene. the firelight casting long shadows, the scent of pine and leather grounding you in this moment. The warriors, men and sometimes women, stand tall, their bodies lean from years of work and training. Their armor is simple but strong leather tunics, dyed with woad or ochre, stitched with care to fit the wearer's form. The leather creaks softly as they move, its texture rough but supple, shaped by hands that know the value of protection. Some wear bronze helmets, their surfaces etched with spirals or knots, glinting in the fire's glow. Others carry shields of wood and hide, their edges bound with iron. Their weight, a familiar burden. The fire at the clearing's heart crackles, its warmth a contrast to the evening's chill. The Celts gathered around such fires, their voices low, their stories of battles past a quiet hum in the night. The warriors' lives were not only about conflict, but about readiness, a constant preparation for the uncertainties of their world. Imagine the sound of a whetstone scraping against a blade, a steady rhythm like a heartbeat, soothing your mind as you listen. Training and discipline. The life of a Celtic warrior began early. Their training a blend of skill and endurance. Picture a young man, perhaps named Lujan, standing in the clearing at dawn, his breath visible in the mist. He holds a spear, its shaft of ash smooth under his grip, its iron tip catching the first light. Training was rigorous, a daily ritual that shaped body and mind. The Celts valued strength, but also agility, teaching warriors to move swiftly, to strike with precision. To read the land as keenly as a seer, read the stars, Lugan might practice with a wooden sword, its weight lighter than iron, but heavy enough to build muscle. He spars with another, their movements a dance, their footsteps soft on the grass. The Celts fought with passion but discipline, their training guided by elders or seasoned warriors who knew the cost of battle. Imagine the sound of wood clashing, a muted thud, repetitive and calming, a reminder of the rhythm of their lives. The warriors learned to wield spears, to throw javelins, to carry shields that could turn a blow without breaking. Training was not only physical but mental, a preparation for the chaos of conflict. The Celts faced raids from rival tribes, their villages vulnerable to swift attacks that could steal cattle or grain. A warrior's role was to protect, to stand firm, to return balance to the community. Lujan might listen to an elder's tale of a past skirmish, the lesson not in the clash, but in the strategy, the foresight that saved lives. The Celts did not glorify battle, but respected its necessity. Their warriors a vital thread in the village's tapestry. The tools of war. The warriors' tools were crafted with care, each a reflection of the Celt skill. Imagine a leatherworker. In the village, their hands stitching a tunic, the needle-piercing hide with a soft, steady rhythm. Leather armor was light, allowing movement. Its surface sometimes painted with symbols, boar for strength, a spiral for eternity. The Celts valued craft, their armor and weapons, not just tools, but extensions of their bond with the land. A spear shaft came from ash trees, its wood strong yet flexible. Its iron tip forged by a smith whose fire burned day and night. Swords were rarer, their iron blades a mark of status, their edges honed to a fine point. Imagine Lujan running his thumb along his sword's edge, testing its sharpness, the metal cool against his skin. Shields were equally vital, their wooden frames covered with hide, their surfaces sometimes painted with knots or animals. The Celts carried these into battle, their weight a constant reminder of their duty. The sound of a shield being set down, a soft thud on the earth, echoes through the clearing. A grounding note in the night. The warriors also wore torques, bronze, or gold bands around their necks, symbols of honor and strength. These were not mere ornaments but pledges, their weight a reminder of the warrior's role. Imagine the firelight catching a torque's curve, its metal warm from the wearer's skin. Its presence, a quiet pride. The Celts crafted with intention, each piece a prayer for protection, for victory, for a safe return to the village's hearth. The reality of conflict. The Celts' world was not one of constant war. But conflict was a shadow that lingered. Raids between tribes were common, swift strikes to seize resources or settle disputes. A rival tribe might sweep through at dusk, their spears gleaming. Forgive me. It seems I was about to describe a scene of conflict in a way that might be too vivid for this soothing narrative. Let me adjust and focus on the broader impact, keeping the tone calm and measured when raids came. They left a mark on the village fields trampled, stores diminished, lives sometimes lost to the earth. The warrior's role was to stand firm, their presence a shield for their people. The aftermath was heavy, a time of rebuilding, of mourning by firelight, of seeking the Druids' guidance to restore balance. The Celts did not dwell on the clash itself, but on its consequences, their focus on healing, on moving forward. A warrior like Lujan might return weary, his armor scarred, his heart heavy with the weight of duty. Injuries were a reality. Their pain a reminder of the body's limits. A warrior might seek a healer's care, a poultice of yarrow to ease a wound, its scent sharp and green. The Celts faced these trials with resilience. Their warriors trained to endure, to protect, to return to the fire's warmth. The village honored them, not with fanfare, but with quiet gratitude, their efforts woven into the community's rhythm. Imagine the fire, its crackle steady, its light a beacon in the dark. Soothing your thoughts as you listen. The warrior's life beyond. Battle. Warriors were not only fighters but members of the village, their lives interwoven with its daily tasks. By day, Lugan might help repair a fence, his hands strong from wielding a spear, his laughter mingling with others. He might sit by the fire at night, sharing bread with his kin, the warmth of the hearth a contrast to the cold of the clearing. The Celts valued community, their warriors not separate but part of the whole. Their strength a gift to all. At night, by firelight, warriors gathered to share stories. Their voices low, their words a tapestry of courage and caution. An elder might speak of a past battle, not to stir excitement, but to teach, to remind the young of the cost of conflict. The fire's glow, the scent of wood smoke, the creak of leather armor, these were constants, grounding the warriors in there. Roll. Imagine the scene, the flames dancing, the air warm, the rhythm of their lives, a steady pulse that carries you toward rest. The Celts also sought the divine in their warrior life, offering prayers to gods like Camulos, the war deity, or Ki, or Tyrannus, whose strength echoed in thunder. A warrior might place a small bronze figurine by a spring, a quiet offering for protection. These acts were not grand but intimate, a way to align with the gods, to seek balance in a world of uncertainty. The firelight, the prayers, the shared stories wove the warriors into the village's heart, their lives a thread in its tapestry. The fire's enduring glow. As night deepens, the fire burns low, its embers glowing softly, casting a warm light across the clearing. The warriors rest, their armor set aside, their shields leaning against a tree. The air is cool now, scented with smoke and pine, the village quiet but alive with the hum of life. The Celts' warriors were not heroes in the modern sense, but guardians. There lives a balance of strength and service, their presence a steady rhythm in the community's days. Imagine the fire's last flicker, its warmth lingering, its light a gentle guide. The warrior's world was one of preparation, of duty, of quiet resilience, their lives woven into the village's cycles. As you listen, let the firelight's glow fill your mind, its rhythm a lullaby that carries you deeper into calm. This 2-hour journey continues, each segment a thread in the Celtic tapestry, connecting the grove, the spring, and now the warrior's fire. Let the creak of leather, the crackle of firelight, the warrior's steady presence linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the world of bards where tales unfold and lyre strings hum under starlit skies. Let your mind drift, soft as a melody carried on the evening breeze. Imagine yourself seated by a fire in a Celtic village, the air warm with the scent of wood smoke, the faint hum of a lyre weaving through the night. Shadows dance across the faces of those gathered, their eyes bright with anticipation as a bard begins a tale. The strings of the lyre hum softly, their notes a gentle pulse, like the heartbeat of the village. Settle into this moment. Let the rhythm of the bard's words wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The bard's place in the village. Picture a village in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, its roundhouses clustered under a sky thick with stars. The fire at the center crackles, its light casting a golden glow on the gathered crowd warriors, healers, children, elders. At the heart of this circle stands a bard, perhaps named Taliesin, their cloak adorned with bronze pins, their hands cradling a lyre of ash and gut strings. The Celts revered bards as keepers of memory, their tales the threads that wove the past into the present. Their voices a bridge to the divine. The bard's role was sacred, their craft a blend of poetry, music, and history. They were trained often for years under the guidance of druids or elder bards, learning the rhythms of language, the melodies of the lyre, the stories of their people. Imagine Taliesin's fingers brushing the strings, the lyre's hum soft but clear, its notes blending with the fire's crackle. The air carries the scent of pine and wool, grounding you in this moment. The village alive with the quiet anticipation of a tale. The Celts gathered often for storytelling, especially on long nights when the stars shone bright, or during festivals like Samhain, when the veil between worlds grew thin. These gatherings were not mere entertainment, but a ritual, a way to honor ancestors, to teach the young, to strengthen the community. The bard's voice, low and melodic, was a constant in their lives, its cadence a soothing rhythm that carried through the seasons. As you listen, let the fire's warmth, the lyre's hum, settle over you. A gentle invitation to rest. The art of the tale, Taliesin steps forward, their cloak catching the firelight, their eyes scanning the crowd. Their voice begins, soft but steady, weaving a tale of a hero, perhaps a warrior who faced a shadowed foe, or a seer whose dreams saved a village. The Celts loved stories of courage, of wisdom, of the gods' subtle hand in mortal lives. The tale unfolds slowly, its words chosen with care, each phrase a brushstroke on the canvas of the night. Imagine the sound, a rhythmic murmur, like a river flowing, soothing your mind as it carries you along. The story might speak of a journey a warrior crossing hills to reclaim stolen cattle. Their path lit by stars, their heart guided by a seer's vision. The Celts wove their landscape into their tales, the rivers and groves as much characters as the heroes. Taliesin's words paint the scene, the scent of damp earth after rain, the rustle of leaves underfoot, the distant howl of a wolf. These details are vivid but gentle, never sharp, their rhythm repetitive, a lullaby that invites calm. The lyre underscores the tale, its strings plucked softly. Their notes, a delicate thread through the words. The Celt stories were oral, passed down through generations, their details shifting, but their essence enduring. A tale might honor a god like Lugus, whose skills shaped the world, or Bridget, whose flame burned in every hearth. It might recall a battle, not with vivid clashes, but with the weight of its aftermath, the quiet of a village restored, the gratitude of a people spared. The Celts faced conflict, their lives touched by raids or rivalries. But the bard's focus was on resilience, on the bonds that held the tribe together. Imagine the crowd, their faces soft in the firelight, their breaths slowing as the tale unfolds. The lyre's gentle hum. The lyre is central to the bard's craft. Its strings crafted from gut, its frame carved from ash or yew. Talison's fingers move with practiced ease, each note deliberate, its sound blending with the night. The Celts valued music, seeing it as a gift from the gods, a way to touch the divine. The lyre's hum is soft, repetitive, a melody that mirrors the cycles of their lives day to night, summer to winter, life to death. Imagine the strings, their vibration a gentle pulse, their sound wrapping around you like a woven blanket. The bard might pause, letting the lyre speak alone, its notes carrying the tale's emotion. A slow, mournful tune might echo a story of loss, perhaps a hero fallen to protect the village, their memory honored in the silence that follows. The Celts did not shy from grief in their tales, but they told it softly, focusing on the legacy, the strength left behind. A brighter melody might follow, lifting the crowd, its rhythm a reminder of hope, of the earth's renewal. The lyre's hum, steady and unhurried, is a constant, a thread that runs through this 2-hour journey. Children in the crowd, their eyes wide, lean closer, their small hands clutching woven blankets. The bard's tales were for all, teaching the young their history, their values, their place in the world. A child might hear of a sacred spring, its water a gift, or a grove where the gods spoke. These stories shaped their dreams, their understanding of the land. Imagine their soft breaths, the fire's glow on their faces, as the lyre's notes carry them toward sleep. The tales and their meaning. The bard's tales were more than stories. They were a map of the Celtic soul. A tale might speak of a seer's vision, guiding a tribe through drought, or a warrior's sacrifice, their life given to protect the hearth. These stories carried lessons of courage, of humility, of the gods' presence in the ordinary. The Celts faced a world of uncertainty, their lives touched by hunger, by raids, by the land's unpredictable whims. The bard's voice, steady and calm, was a beacon, reminding them of their strength, their unity. One tale might recount a festival, perhaps Beltane, when fires blazed to honor the earth's fertility. The bard describes the bonfires, their heat a contrast to the cool night, their smoke curling toward the stars. The crowd danced, their steps a prayer, their laughter a gift to the gods. The tale is not of excitement, but of connection, of a community bound by shared joy. Talison's voice lingers on the details, the scent of burning pine, the feel of grass underfoot. The lyre's soft strummage, a brushstroke in a soothing picture. Another tale might touch on loss, perhaps a village struck by illness. Its people weakened but enduring. The Celts knew suffering, their lives shaped by the land's cycles, by the fragility of health. The bard speaks not of pain, but of resilience, of the healer's hands, the community's care, the prayers offered by a spring. The tale's weight is gentle, its focus on hope, on the light that follows shadow. Imagine the fire, its embers glowing, its warmth a reminder of life's persistence. As the bard's voice carries you forward, the community's bond, storytelling, was a communal act, a moment when the village paused, their differences softened by the fire's glow. Warriors sat beside healers, elders beside children, their shared listening a thread in the Celtic tapestry. The bards' tales reminded them of their history, their gods, their place in the world. A story might end with a call to Bridget, her flame a symbol of inspiration, or to Cernunnos, his horns a sign of the wild's strength. These moments wove the divine into the everyday. The bard's voice a bridge between mortal and eternal. The crowd might join in, their voices soft, repeating a refrain or adding a chant. The Celts loved participation, their songs a way to honor the tale, to make it their own. Imagine the sound, a low hum, blending with the lyre, the fire, the night. The village was not just a place, but a living thing. Its people bound by these moments, their lives interwoven like the strands of a basket. The bard's craft was a gift, a way to strengthen, to soothe, to guide as the tale ends. Taliesin sets the lyre aside, its strings still for now, its echo lingering in the air. The crowd sits in silence, their thoughts drifting, their hearts full. The fire burns low, its light soft, its warmth a gentle embrace. The Celts' stories were their memory, their strength, their connection to the land and the gods. As you picture this, let the bard's voice, the lyre's hum, settle over you. A lullaby that carries you toward rest. Let the fire's glow, the lyre's soft strum, the bard's steady voice linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the mysteries of stone circles where starlit alignments whisper secrets of the Celtic world. Let your breath soften, slow, like the gentle turning of the stars above. Imagine yourself standing on a windswept hill in ancient Gaul, where great stones rise from the earth, their surfaces weathered, their shadows long under a starlit sky. The air is cool, scented with wild thyme and damp grass, the silence broken only by the faint whisper of the breeze. These are the stone circles of the Celts, places of mystery and meaning, where the heavens and earth align. Settle into this moment. Let the stone's quiet presence wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The stone's silent presence. Picture a hilltop in the Celtic world, around 300 BCE, where massive stones stand in a rough circle, their edges smoothed by time, their bases sunk deep into the earth. These circles, scattered across the lands of Gaul, Britannia, and Hibernia, were not mere monuments but sacred spaces, their purpose woven into the Celts' spiritual life. The air feels heavy here, charged with a quiet energy, the ground cool beneath your imagined feet. The stars above burn bright, their patterns a map the Celts read with reverence, their light bathing the stones in a silver glow. The stones, some towering, others low and broad, were chosen with care, hauled from distant quarries by hands that knew their weight. The Celts, a people of the land, built these circles without mortar, their placement a testament to skill and patience. Imagine the texture of a stone rough under your touch, its surface etched with faint spirals or weathered by centuries of rain. The circle is not perfect, but deliberate, its shape a reflection of the heavens, its presence a bridge between mortal and divine. The Celts called these places Nemita. Like their sacred groves, seeing them as thresholds where the gods listened closely. A spring might bubble nearby, its murmur blending with the wind, or a lone oak might stand at the circle's edge, its branches swaying. The air carries the scent of earth and herbs, grounding you in this ancient place. As you listen, let the stone's stillness settle over you, their silence a rhythm that weaves through this 2-hour journey. Connecting the village, the spring, and now this starlit circle. The purpose of the circles. The stone circles were many. Things observatories, temples, gathering places. The Druids, keepers of Celtic wisdom, used them to track the heavens, their eyes trained on the stars' slow dance. Imagine a Druid, their white robe catching the moonlight, standing at the circle's center, their staff pointing to a constellation. The Celts marked time by the solstices and equinoxes, their lives tied to the season's turn. A stone might align with the rising sun on the summer solstice, its shadow falling precisely on another, a moment of balance celebrated with quiet reverence. These alignments were not just practical, but sacred, a way to honor the gods who shaped the cosmos. The Celts might gather here for festivals Samhain, when the veil thinned, or Beltane, when fires burned bright. The circle was a stage for rituals, its stones witnesses to chants and offerings. A Druid might place a sprig of mistletoe on a stone, its white berries glowing, or pour mead into the earth, its sweetness a gift to the gods. Imagine the scene, the starlight soft, the air cool, the ritual's rhythm, a gentle pulse that soothes your mind. The circles were also places of community, where tribes met to settle disputes, to share news, to strengthen bonds. Picture villagers standing among the stones, their voices low, their hands carrying woven baskets or bronze torques. The Celts faced a world of uncertain terrible tribes, shifting seasons, the ever-present threat of scarcity. The stone circle was a refuge, its stones a symbol of endurance, their alignment a reminder of the world's order. The Druids' presence, calm and measured, guided these gatherings, their wisdom a thread in the Celtic tapestry. The mysteries of ritual, the rituals in the stone. Circles were quiet but profound, their purpose shrouded in mystery, yet rooted in. The Celts bond with the land. A Druid might lead a chant, their voice blending with the wind, calling to Tyrannus for strength or Brigid for inspiration. The words were repetitive, a steady murmur by stone and star, by earth and sky. We seek your guidance. Imagine the sound, soft and hypnotic, wrapping around you like a woven cloth, easing your thoughts toward rest. Offerings were central to these rituals, simple yet meaningful. A clay cup of grain, a polished stone, a bundle of vervain might be laid at the circle's heart, each a gesture of gratitude. In rare moments, the Celts offered moran animal, perhaps a lamb, its life given swiftly to honor the gods. The act solemn, not cruel. The focus was not on the loss, but on the balance. The gift returned to the earth. The Celts understood sacrifice as part of life's cycle, a way to seek favor, to restore harmony in a world where drought or conflict could disrupt it. The stones themselves held meaning, their placement a map of the heavens, their presence a connection to the ancestors. The Celts believed the dead lingered in such places, their spirits watching from the shadows. A tale might be told here, a bard's voice weaving a story of a hero whose deeds echoed in the stars. The circle was a place of memory, its stones a silent archive, their stillness a contrast to the village's hum. Imagine standing among them, the air cool, the stars bright, the stone's quiet weight grounding you in this moment. The starlit alignments. The stone circles were built to mirror the sky, their stones aligned with celestial events, the solstice, sun, the equinox moon, the rise of a sacred star. The Druids, skilled astronomers, studied these patterns, their knowledge guiding planting, harvesting, even rituals. Picture a winter solstice, the air sharp with frost, the crowd gathered in, silence as the first light touches a stone, its shadow falling in perfect line. The moment is not dramatic, but serene, a reminder of the world's rhythm. It cycles a comfort to the Celts. These alignments were more than measurements. They were prayers, a way to align human lives with the divine. The Celts saw the stars. As the gods map, their movements a language to be read. A Druid might trace a constellation, their voice soft, naming it as a sign of favor or warning. The circle's stones, some carved with spirals or knots, stood as markers. Their surfaces cool under the starlight, their presence a constant in the Celts' lives. Imagine the sky, vast and glittering, its patterns a lullaby that soothes your mind. The circles were not without mystery. Why were they built? Some say to mark sacred places, others to chart the heavens, others still to honor the dead. The Celts left no written records, their secrets held in the stone silence, in the Druids' chants. Modern eyes see them as marvels, their construction a puzzle, their purpose a question. Yet, for the Celts, they were simply part of life. A place where the earth and sky met, where the gods whispered truths, the circle's enduring silence. As night deepens, the stone circle stands quiet, its stones bathed in starlight, its air thick with the scent of time and earth. The crowd is gone, the Druids departed, but the circle remains, its presence a testament to the Celts' faith. They faced a world of challenges, harsh winters, rival tribes, the fragility of life, but the stones were a constant. Their alignments, a promise of order, their silence a refuge. Imagine the hilltop, the wind soft, the stars bright. The stones wait a gentle anchor in your thoughts. The circle was a place of reflection, where a villager might come alone, their hand resting on a stone, their mind seeking peace. A seer might see visions here, their eyes tracing the stars, their heart open to the gods. The Celts' lives were woven with such moments, their spirituality a tapestry of earth and sky. As you picture this, let the stone stillness settle over you. Their rhythm a thread that runs through this 2-hour journey, connecting the grove, the spring, the fire, and now this sacred circle. Let the starlights glow, the stone's quiet presence, the sky's gentle rhythm linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the Celtic legacy, where their influence stretches across Europe, drifting toward sleep. The craft of the smith. Let your breath slow, gentle as the glow of a forge's embers. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a Celtic village, where the air is warm with the scent of charcoal and molten metal, the steady clang of a hammer, echoing softly through the dusk. In the heart of the village, a smith works by firelight, their hands shaping iron into tools, torques, and blades. Each strike a rhythm as constant as the earth's heartbeat. Settle into this moment. Let the fire's warmth wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The smith's forge. Picture a small workshop in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, its walls of wattle and daub blackened by years of smoke, its roof thatched with straw that glints in the evening light. At its center burns a forge, its fire a living thing, its glow casting shadows that dance across the earth. The smith, perhaps named Govanen, stands before it, their face lit by the flames, their hands steady and strong. The Celts revered smiths, seeing their craft as sacred, a gift from the gods. Their work a bridge between earth and divine. The forge is alive with heat, its air thick with the scent of burning charcoal and hot iron. A bellows, crafted from leather and wood, breathes life into the fire, its wheeze a soft counterpoint to the hammer's rhythm. The smith's tools, tongs, hammers, anvils are worn but sturdy, their surfaces smoothed by countless hours of work. Imagine the sound, a steady clankling, repetitive and soothing, like a lullaby woven from metal and flame. The Celts valued scouts, valued this craft, their lives shaped by the tools and adornments born in the forge's glow. The smith's workshop is a place of transformation, where raw iron becomes a plow, a spear, or a torque. The Celts, a people of the land, relied on these creations to till fields, protect villages, or honor their gods. The air carries the tang of metal, grounding you in this moment. The fire's warmth a quiet promise against the evening's chill. As you listen, let the forge's rhythm settle over you, a thread that weaves through this 2-hour journey, connecting the grove, the spring, the bard's tale. And now this firelit craft, the art of forging. Govanen works with care, their movements deliberate, their eyes keen. They lift a piece of iron from the forge, its surface glowing red, and place it on the anvil. The hammer falls, each strike precise, shaping the metal into a blade, its edge thin but strong. The Celt smiths were masters, their skill honed through years of apprenticeship, their hands guided by tradition and intuition. Imagine the sparks, tiny flecks of light that fade into the air, their dance a fleeting but calming sight. The process is slow, unhurried, a meditation in itself. The iron is heated, hammered, cooled in a trough of water, its hiss a sharp but soothing sound. The Celts crafted with purpose, their tools not just practical but sacred. A plow's blade, forged to break the earth, was a prayer for a bountiful harvest. A torque, its bronze twisted into spirals, was a symbol of honor, worn by warriors or offered to the gods. The smith's hammer, heavy but balanced, moves in a rhythm that echoes the village's life, steady, constant, enduring. The forge's fire is tended with care, its fuel a mix of charcoal and wood, its scent rich and earthy. Govanen might pause to add more, the flames flaring briefly, their glow illuminating the workshop's walls. The Celts saw fire as a gift, its power akin to the gods. Govanes, the smith god, was revered, his name whispered in the forge's heat. Imagine the firelight, its warmth wrapping around you, its flicker a gentle guide toward rest. The smith's role in the village. The smith was not just a craftsman, but a pillar of the community, their work essential to the Celts' survival. A farmer relied on their plow to till the soil, a warrior on their spear to protect the hearth. Govanen's forge was a hub, its fire drawing villagers who sought tools or offered raw materials, iron from distant mines, bronze from traded ingots. The air hums with their voices, low and steady, as they speak of crops, of raids. Of the Druids' latest counsel, the smith's craft was also spiritual, their creations imbued with meaning. A torque, its metal twisted into intricate knots, might be placed at a spring as an offering, its shine a gift to the gods. A sword, its blade etched with spirals, was not just a weapon, but a pledge, its weight a reminder of duty. Imagine Govanen shaping such a torque, their hands twisting the warm bronze, the metal yielding like clay. The Celts believed the smiths. Work carried the divine, each piece a thread in their sacred tapestry. The village respected Govanen. Their presence a quiet strength. A healer might visit, seeking a bronze knife for cutting herbs, its edge sharp but safe. A warrior might bring a broken spear, trusting the smith to mend it, their hands deft and sure. The forge was a place of connection, its fire a shared warmth, its rhythm a constant in the Celts' lives. Imagine the scene, the fire's glow, the hammer's clang, the village's hum, all blending into a soothing cadence. The challenges of the craft. The smith's life was not without struggle. The forge demanded endurance, its heat a test of body and will. A misstep could ruin a blade. A scarce supply of iron could halt work, leaving the village wanting. The Celts faced a world where resources were precious, their mines distant, their trade routes vulnerable to raids. Yet Govanen worked on, their skill a defiance of scarcity. Their forge a beacon in the village's heart. Conflict, too, touched the smith's world. A raid could demand more spears, more shields, the forge burning late into the night. The aftermath of such strife left the village weary, its people rebuilding with tools born of the smith's hands. The Celts did not linger on the clash, but on the restoration, the plow that tilled anew, the torque that honored the fallen. Imagine Govanen at work, their hammer steady, their focus on the next creation. The fire's glow a promise of renewal. The smith also faced the land's whimsrain that doused the forge, winters that slowed trade. Yet their craft was a balance, a way to navigate uncertainty. They might offer a small bronze figure to a spring, a quiet prayer for strength, for abundance. The Celts wove spirituality into every act, their smiths no exception. Their work a ritual as sacred as a Druid's chant. The forge's rhythm, its heat, its creations, were a thread in the village's life, a constant that soothes as you listen. The forge's enduring glow as night falls. The forge burns low, its embers casting a soft light across the workshop. Govanen sets their hammer aside, the anvil quiet, the air still warm with the scent of metal and smoke. The village sleeps, its roundhouses dark, its people resting under the same stars that guided their ancestors. The smith's work endures, their tools shaping the land, their torques adorning the living and the divine. Imagine the forge, its glow fading, its warmth lingering, a gentle anchor in your thoughts. The Celts' world was one of cycles, of fire and earth, of creation and renewal. The smith's craft was a reflection of this. Their forge a heart that beat with the village's rhythm. As you picture this, let the fire's glow settle over you, its cadence a lullaby that carries you toward rest. This 2-hour journey continues, each segment a thread in the Celtic tapestry, connecting the grove, the spring, the bard, the stones, and now the smith's fire. Let the forge's warmth, the hammer's steady rhythm, the smith's quiet strength linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the world of festivals, where feasts and fires celebrate the Celts' sacred cycles. Let your breath ease, soft as a breeze, stirring embers in a bonfire's glow. Imagine yourself standing in a Celtic village, the air rich with the scent of roasted barley and wood smoke. the flicker of flames casting shadows across gathered faces. It is a night of festival, perhaps Samhain or Beltane, when the Celts honor the turning seasons with feasts and rituals, their voices blending in quiet celebration. The rhythm of their lives pulses gently, a heartbeat of community and reverence. Settle into this moment. Let the warmth of the fire wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The heart of the festival. Picture a village in ancient Gaul, around 300 BCE, its roundhouses aglow under a twilight sky. The air cool, but warmed by a great bonfire at the village's heart. The Celts live by the seasons, their lives tied to the earth's cycles, and their festivals, Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane, Lughnasadh, marked these turnings with reverence. Tonight, let's imagine Samhain when autumn's chill deepens, the veil between worlds grows thin, and the village gathers to honor ancestors and gods. The scent of burning pine and baked bread fills the air, a grounding aroma that settles your thoughts. The bonfire crackles, its flames leaping, casting a golden light on the crowd warriors, healers, children, elders. A druid stands near, their white robe catching the glow, their staff raised to call the spirits. The Celts believed festivals were sacred, moments to align with the divine, to give thanks for the harvest, to seek protection through the dark months. Imagine the fire's warmth, its soft roar blending with the murmur of voices, a rhythm as steady as a lullaby, soothing your mind as you listen. The village is alive but unhurried, its people moving with purpose. Women carry baskets of bread and cheese, their woven strands creaking softly. Men stoke the fire, their hands steady, the wood scent mingling with the night. Children weave through the crowd, their laughter bright but fleeting, swallowed by the fire's hum. The Celts' festivals were not mere celebrations, but rituals, a way to weave their lives into the earth's rhythm. A thread in the tapestry of this 2-hour journey. The feast, a shared bond. At the center of the festival lies the feast, a communal act that binds the village. Tables of rough wood are laden with simple but hearty fair loaves of barley bread, their crusts warm and rough. Wheels of cheese, their scent sharp and earthy. Roasted pork or mutton, its richness a rare treat. Mead, brewed from honey and herbs, flows in clay cups, its sweetness a gift from the land. Imagine the scene, the firelight glinting on the cups, the scent of food wrapping around you, grounding you in this moment. The feast is prepared with care, each dish a nod to the earth's bounty. Women knead dough by the hearth, their hands dusted with flour, their movements a steady rhythm. Men tend spits over smaller fires, the meat sizzling, its aroma blending with wood smoke. The Celts valued these moments, their meals a time to share, to strengthen bonds, to honor the gods. A portion of the feast might be set aside, placed by a spring or grove as an offering to Bridget or Danu, a quiet gesture of gratitude. The act of eating is slow, deliberate, a ritual in itself. Villagers sit on woven mats or low stools, their voices low, their laughter soft. A bard might strum a lyre, its notes weaving through the chatter, a melody that echoes the festival's joy. The Celts faced scarcity at times, their harvests uncertain, their winters harsh. Yet the feast was a moment of abundance, a reminder of the land's generosity. Its flavors a comfort that soothes as you listen. The rituals of celebration. The festival's rituals are led by the Druids, their presence a steady anchor. On Samhain, they might light the bonfire with a spark from sacred flint, its flames a beacon for spirits. The Celts believed the dead walked among them this night, their presence honored with offerings, bread, mead, a sprig of vervain. The Druids chant, low and repetitive by fire and earth, by star and shadow. We call to you blends with the fire's crackle, its cadence a lullaby that wraps around you in Beltane. The mood shifts to renewal, the fire a symbol of fertility. Villagers might leap over smaller flames, their steps light, their hearts seeking blessings for crops or children. The air is warm then, scented with wildflowers and burning oak, the night alive with soft laughter. The rituals are not loud but intimate, a dance with the divine, each gesture a prayer for balance. Imagine the firelight, its glow soft on woven cloaks, its warmth a gentle pull toward rest. Offerings during festivals could be significant, a way to seek favor in uncertain times. A lamb might be given, its life offered swiftly to the gods. The act solemn, its purpose to ensure the harvest or ward off strife. The Celts focus not on the loss but on the cycle, the gift returned to the earth. The fire consumes these offerings, its smoke carrying prayers upward, its light a promise of renewal. The ritual's rhythm, steady and calm, is a constant in. The Celts lives a thread that soothes your mind. The community's unity festivals were a time of unity, when the village paused its daily tasks to gather as one. Warriors set aside their spears, healers their herbs, all joined by the fire's glow. A seer might share a vision, her voice soft, her words of a bountiful spring or a safe winter. An elder might recount a tale, their story blending with the bards, a reminder of ancestors who celebrated under these same stars. Imagine the crowd, their faces lit by firelight, their breaths slowing, their hearts bound by shared ritual. Children, too, were part of the festival, their small hands clutching flowers or bits of bread to offer the gods. Celts taught them early to honor the seasons, to see the divine in fire and earth. A child might toss a sprig into the fire, its crackle a bright note in the night, their eyes wide with wonder. The festival's joy was quiet, its rituals a weave of community, its rhythm a steady pulse that carries through this 2-hour journey. The Celts faced challenges, droughts that withered crops, raids that tested their strengths, but festivals were a respite, a moment to reaffirm their bond with the land and each other. The fire's warmth, the feast's abundance, the Druids' chants were a shield, a way to face the unknown with hope. Imagine the village, its roundhouses dark but warm, its people gathered. Their unity, a gentle anchor in your thoughts. The festival's fading light as the festival draws to a close. The bonfire burns low, its embers glowing softly, casting a faint light across the village. The air is cooler now, scented with smoke and earth, the stars bright above. The crowd lingers, their voices hushed, their hearts full from the feast and rituals. A final chant might rise, a soft farewell to thee, gods, the Druid staff tapping the ground, sealing the night's sanctity. The Celts' festivals were a pause, a moment to align with the earth's cycles, to find peace in a world of uncertainty. Imagine the fire's last flicker, its warmth lingering, its light a gentle guide. The Celts' lives were shaped by these moments, their festivals a celebration of life's rhythm, their feasts a gift of community. As you picture this, let the firelight's glow settle over you, its cadence a lullaby that carries you toward rest. This 2-hour journey continues, each segment a thread in the Celtic tapestry, connecting the grove, the smith's forge, and now the festival's fire. Let the fire's warmth, the feast's rich scents, the festival's quiet joy linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the world of animals, where horses gallop and boars roam, their presence woven into the Celtic soul. The role of animals. Let your thoughts drift, gentle as a horse's breath in the morning mist. Imagine yourself standing in a Celtic village, the air alive with the scent of damp grass and warm hides, the soft snort of a horse blending with the distant bark of a dog. In the world of the Celts, animals were not mere companions but partners, their presence woven into daily life and sacred belief. The rhythm of their lives hums softly, a steady pulse of hoofbeats and rustling fur. Settle into this moment. Let the warmth of their world wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. Animals in the Celtic world. Picture a village in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, its fields stretching toward a horizon of rolling hills. The Celts lived close to the land, their days shaped by the animals that shared it: horses grazing in meadows, boars rooting in the forest, dogs guarding the hearth. These creatures were vital, their roles both practical and spiritual, their presence a thread in the Celtic tapestry. The air carries the earthy scent of livestock, the faint musk of fur, grounding you in this quiet scene. Horses, revered for their strength, were central to Celtic life. A warrior might ride one into battle, its mane flowing, its hooves a steady rhythm on the earth. Farmers used them to pull plows, their power easing the toil of tilling fields. The goddess Epona, protector of horses, was honored with offerings, her image carved in wood or stone. Imagine a horse, its coat dappled by sunlight, standing by a stream, its breath a soft cloud in the cool air. The Celts saw horses as symbols of freedom, their gallop a song of the wild. Boars, fierce and untamed, roamed the forests, their tusks a sign of strength. Hunters tracked them, their meat a feast, their hides a resource for shields or cloaks. Dogs, loyal and vigilant, guarded villages, their barks a warning against unseen threats. Each animal had a place, their lives interwoven with the Celts, their presence a constant in the village's hum. As you listen, let the sound of a distant hoofbeat, the rustle of a boar in the underbrush, settle over you, a soothing rhythm that carries through this 2-hour journey. Practical roles and daily life. The Celts' animals were partners in survival, their contributions shaping the village's rhythm. Picture a farmer, perhaps named Bran, leading a pair of oxen to a field, their hooves sinking into the soft earth. Oxen pulled plows, their strength turning soil for barley or emmer wheat, their slow steps a steady cadence. The air is warm with the scent of turned earth, the creak of the plow a familiar sound, grounding you in the moment. Horses carried warriors to distant lands or hauled goods to markets, their hooves kicking up dust along ancient paths. A warrior might stroke their horse's flank, its warmth a comfort, its loyalty a bond forged through shared journeys. The Celts cared for their animals with respect, their stables built of wood and straw, their troughs filled with clear water from a nearby spring. Imagine the scene, a horse nibbling oats, its tail flicking softly, the air heavy with the scent of hay. Dogs roam the village, their keen senses a shield against danger. A child might play with a hound, its fur rough but warm, its bark a bright note in the morning. Boars, though wild, were hunted with care, their pursuit a ritual led by skilled trackers. The hunt was not reckless but measured, its success a gift from the land. The Celts faced scarcity at times, their hunts vital to feed the village. Yet they honored the boar's strength, its life a sacred exchange. The rhythm of these tasks, steady and unhurried, soothes as you listen. Symbolic importance, animals were more than practical. They were sacred, their forms woven into Celtic belief. The boar, with its fierce tusks, was a symbol of courage, its image carved on shields or torques. A warrior might wear a boar-shaped pendant, its bronze glinting, a prayer for strength in battle. The horse, swift and noble, was linked to Epona, her shrines adorned with small figurines, their clay smoothed by reverent hands. Imagine a seer placing such a figure by a spring, surface reflecting starlight, a quiet offering to the goddess. Dogs held a special place, their loyalty seen as a gift from the gods. The Celts told stories of hounds who guarded sacred groves, or guided lost souls, their barks echoing in tales by firelight. Ravens, too, were revered, their dark wings a sign of prophecy, their calls a message from the otherworld. A druid might watch a raven's flight, their eyes tracing its path, their voice soft as they interpret its meaning. The Celts saw animals as messengers, their presence a bridge to the divine, their symbolism a thread in their spiritual tapestry and rituals. Animals played a role, their lives sometimes offered to honor the gods. A lamb or bull might be given, its sacrifice swift and solemn, a gesture to ensure the harvest or protect the tribe. The Celts focused not on the act but on its purpose, the balance it restored, the gratitude it expressed. The animal's life was returned to the earth, its spirit carried by smoke or water to the divine. Imagine the ritual, the air thick with sage, the fire's glow soft. The moments weighed a quiet anchor in the night. The bond between human and animal. The Celts' bond with animals was deep, a mutual reliance that shaped their days. Picture a young girl, her hands gentle as she brushes a horse's mane, its warmth a comfort in the morning chill. The Celts trained their animals with care, their voices low, their hands steady. A warrior might whisper to their horse before a journey, their breath mingling, their trust unspoken but strong. The village's rhythm included these moments, the soft nicker of a horse, the grunt of a boar, the bark of a dog, all blending into a soothing hum. Children learned early to respect animals, feeding pigs or tending sheep, their small hands busy, but gentle. An elder might teach them to watch a raven's flight, to see its path as a sign, their stories weaving animals into the fabric of belief. The Celts faced challenges, harsh winters that tested their herds, raids that threatened their livestock, but their bond with animals was a strength, a constant in their lives. Imagine a shepherd guiding sheep to a meadow, their wool soft under the sun, the air alive with their bleats, the community gathered around animals, their care a shared task. A festival might include a horse race, its hooves a distant thunder, or a feast with roasted boar, its richness a gift. These moments were not loud but communal, a celebration of the animals that sustained them. The Celts' lives were interwoven with their creatures, their presence a steady pulse, a rhythm that carries through this 2-hour journey. Connecting the forge, the festival, and now the animal's world. The animal's lasting echoes as night falls, the village quiets, the animals resting in stables or fields, their breaths soft in the dark. The air is cool, scented with grass and earth, the stars above a map of the Celts' beliefs. Horses, boars, dogs, their roles were vital, their symbolism enduring, their presence a thread in the Celtic soul. Imagine a dog curled by a hearth, its fur warm, its breath steady, or a horse grazing under moonlight, its silhouette a quiet grace. The Celts' world was one of balance, where animals and humans walked together, their lives shaped by mutual respect. As you picture this, let the animals' rhythm settle over you. Their sounds a lullaby that carries you toward rest. This 2-hour journey continues, each segment a thread in the Celtic tapestry, connecting the grove, the fire, the animals, and now the Druid's wisdom. Let the horse's soft nicker, the boar's rustle, the dog's gentle warmth linger in your mind. Rest now as we prepare to step into the Druid's learning, where oral traditions and starlit knowledge unfold in the Celtic night. The Druids learning. Let your breath soften, slow as a whisper on the night breeze. Imagine yourself standing beneath a starlit sky in ancient Gaul, where the air is cool with the scent of damp moss and sage, the faint rustle of leaves blending with a druid's murmured chant. In the heart of a sacred grove, young initiates gather, their minds open to the vast knowledge of their elders' stories of stars, secrets of herbs, tales of the earth's rhythm. Settle into this moment. Let the quiet wisdom of the Druids wrap around you, guiding you deeper into calm. The path to Druidic wisdom. Picture a grove in ancient Gaul. Around 300 BCE, its ancient oaks standing like silent guardians, their branches heavy with mistletoe. The Celts revered their Druids as keepers of knowledge, their minds a living archive of lore, their voices a bridge to the divine. The path to becoming a Druid was long, often spanning 20 years, a journey of discipline and devotion. Imagine a young initiate, perhaps named Adon, standing at the grove's edge, their cloak catching the moonlight, their heart racing with the weight of what they must learn. The Druids' learning was oral. Their knowledge passed through spoken word, never written, its cadence a rhythm as steady as the seasons. Adon listens to an elder, their voice low and melodic, reciting tales of ancestors, the movements of stars, the properties of plants. The air is thick with the scent of burning herbs, sage or vervain, their smoke curling upward, cleansing the space. Imagine the sound, a soft chant blending with the rustle of leaves, its repetition soothing, like a lullaby that settles your thoughts. Training took place in groves or by sacred springs, where the earth's pulse was strongest. The Celts believed knowledge was sacred, a gift from gods like Ogmios, the eloquent or Brigid, the flame of inspiration. Adon might sit by a fire, its glow casting shadows, memorizing verses that held the tribe's history. The process was slow, deliberate, a meditation in itself, each word a thread in the Celtic tapestry. As you listen, let the grove's stillness, the elder's voice, carry you through this 2-hour journey, connecting the village, the fire, and now the Druids' wisdom. The knowledge of stars, the Druids were astronomers. Their eyes trained on the heavens, their knowledge guiding the Celts' lives. Picture Adon standing in a stone circle, its great stones aligned with the stars, their surfaces cool under starlight. The elder points to a constellation, perhaps the plough, its pattern a map of divine will. The Celts marked time by the star solstices, equinoxes, the moon's phases their cycles, shaping, planting, harvesting, even rituals. Imagine the sky, vast and glittering, its stars a gentle rhythm, soothing your mind. The Druids taught initiates to read the heavens, to see omens in a comet's trail or a star's rise. Adon might memorize the path of the sun, its arc marking the seasons, its light a gift from Lugus, the shining god. The lessons were repetitive, the same verses chanted night after night, their cadence embedding knowledge deep in the mind. The air carries the scent of damp earth, grounding you in this moment. The stars glow a quiet anchor. The Celts' lives were tied to these cycles, their trust in the Druids' wisdom a constant in their world. The training was not easy, the nights long, the mind tested by the vastness of the sky. Adon might falter, their memories stumbling, but the elder's voice, steady and calm, guides them back. The Celts faced uncertainty storms that hid the stars, winters that challenged survival, but the Druids' knowledge was a shield, a way to navigate the unknown. Imagine Adon tracing a star's path, their breath slow, their heart aligned with the heaven's rhythm. The secrets of herbs. The Druids were also healers, their knowledge of plants a sacred trust. Picture Adon walking through a forest, their hands brushing leaves, their eyes seeking vervain or yarrow. The elder teaches them the properties of each chamomile to soothe, mistletoe for rituals, nettle to strengthen. The air is rich with the scent of crushed herbs, their fragrance grounding, their power a gift from the earth. Imagine the scene, the forest quiet but alive, its leaves whispering secrets, its rhythm a lullaby, the Celts revered herbs, their uses woven into daily life and ritual. A druid might prepare a salve, their hands grinding leaves with a mortar, the pastes scent sharp and green. Aidan learns to cut mistletoe with a bronze sickle, its berries glowing under moonlight, its harvest a sacred act. The lessons are meticulous, each plant's name and use repeated, the words a chant that soothes as it teaches. The Celts faced illness, their bodies vulnerable to cold or injury. But the Druids' remedies were a balance, a way to restore harmony. The training was demanding, the knowledge vast, yet the grove's peace steadied Aidan. The elder might lead them to a spring, its water clear, to test an herb's effect, their hands dipping into the cool flow. The Celts saw plants as allies, their properties a language of the gods. Imagine Aidan kneeling by the spring, the water's murmur blending with the elder's voice, the moment's calm wrapping around you, easing your thoughts toward rest. The oral tradition, the Druids' greatest gift, was their oral tradition, a living archive of stories, laws, and lore. Picture Aidan by a fire, the glow warm on their face, reciting a tale of a hero who faced a shadowed foe. The elder listens, their staff tapping the ground, correcting a word or rhythm. The Celts' stories were not just entertainment, but memory, each verse a thread in their history. The air carries the scent of wood smoke, the fires crackle, a steady pulse soothing as it carries you forward. Aidan learns of battles, not with vivid clashes, but with their lessons courage, unity, the cost of strife. The Celts faced raids, their villages tested, yet their stories focused on resilience, on the community's strength. Other tales speak of God's Bridget's flame, Cernunnes's hornsoar of the land's cycles, its rivers and groves. The Druids, chants, repetitive and melodic, weave these stories into memory. Their rhythm a constant in the Celts' lives. The training was a burden. The years long, the mind stretched by the weight of knowledge. Yet the grove, the fire, the stars offered peace, their presence a refuge. Aidan's voice, once hesitant, grows steady, their words a bridge to the past. Imagine the firelight, the elder's nod, the quiet pride of mastery, all blending into a soothing cadence that carries through this 2-hour journey, the Druids' legacy and conclusion. As night deepens, the grove grows still, the stars bright. Above, the air cool with the scent of sage and earth, Aidan stands among the oaks, their training a step toward becoming a druid, their mind a vessel for the Celts' wisdom. The Druids' learning was their gift, a light that guided tribes through uncertainty, its rhythm a thread in the Celtic tapestry. Imagine the grove, its peace unbroken, its silence a lullaby that settles your thoughts. This journey through the Celtic world, its groves, arts, stones, smiths, festivals, animals, and now the Druids' wisdom has unfolded. Over these hours, a tapestry of mystery and meaning. The Celts lived in harmony with the earth, their lives a cycle of seasons, their spirituality a quiet strength. Their villages hummed with the creak of baskets, the clang of the forge, the murmur of stories. Each moment a prayer to the divine. The Celts faced trial, scarcity, conflict, the shifting tides of time, yet their resilience endures. Their legacy woven into Europe's hills and tales. Picture yourself lying beneath an ancient oak, its branches swaying, its leaves whispering softly. The air is cool, the stars fading into dawn, the world soft and still. The Celts lives. Their rhythms linger in your mind, a gentle weight that carries you toward rest. Close your eyes, let the grove's peace envelop you. The stars shine above, the earth holds you below, and the Celt's legacy whispers softly, guiding you to sleep. Rest now in the comfort of your own time, where the struggles of their world are distant, and the night is yours alone. Sleep well. Let your thoughts soften, drifting like leaves on a quiet stream. Imagine yourself standing on a hill overlooking ancient Gaul, the air cool with the scent of damp earth and wildflowers. The stars above fading into the first light of dawn. The world of the Celts, with its groves, springs, and stories, stretches across time, its echoes lingering in the lands of Europe. As we close this journey, let the rhythm of their lives wrap around you, steady and gentle, guiding you toward rest. Settle into this moment where the Celtic legacy unfolds. A final lullaby to carry you to sleep. The reach of Celtic influence. Picture the rolling hills of ancient Europe, around 300 BCE, where Celtic tribes, the Sequani, the Arverni, the Iceni, lived in harmony with the land. Their culture, vibrant and intricate, was not confined to Gaul or Britannia, but spread across the continent, from the misty valleys of Iberia to the forests of the Danube. The Celts were not a single people, but a tapestry of tribes, their shared beliefs in the sacredness of nature, the wisdom of Druids, and the power of stories binding them together. Imagine the air, heavy with the scent of pine and smoke. As their influence weaves through time, the Celts left their mark in subtle but enduring ways. Their art, with its swirling knots and spirals, adorned bronze torques, pottery, and shields. Its patterns a reflection of their cyclical view of life. These designs, intricate yet simple, found their way into the crafts of neighboring peoples, their curves echoing in the metalwork of early Germanic tribes or the carvings of Iberian villages. Picture a bronze brooch, its surface etched with intertwining lines glinting in the firelight. Its beauty a quiet legacy of the Celtic hand. Their language, too, rippled across Europe, its words carried by traders, warriors, and bards. The Celts spoke in dialects that varied from tribe to tribe, yet their shared tongue influenced place names, from the river Danube to the hills of Bohemia. Imagine a traveler, their cloak dusted with earth, speaking words that echo in modern tongues, Arge for king, Dunum for fort. These fragments, soft as whispers, linger in the names of rivers and towns, a testament to the Celts' reach, the Celts and their neighbors. The Celts were not isolated. Their lives intertwined with others through trade, alliance, and sometimes conflict. Picture a market at a river's edge where Celtic traders bartered iron tools, woven cloth, and amber beads with Etruscans or Greeks. Their good salt from the mines of Hallstatt, grain from the fields of Gaul flowed along ancient routes, their wealth-strengthening ties with distant lands. The air is warm with the scent of barley and leather, the hum of voices a steady rhythm, soothing as it carries you forward. Yet conflict, too, shaped their legacy. The Celts faced rival tribes, their warriors standing firm against raids, their villages sometimes left to rebuild after strife. The arrival of the Romans, with their legions and stone roads, brought a slow but profound change. The Celts resisted, their spears flashing in the sun, their Druids chanting prayers for strength. But the Romans' advance was relentless, their order reshaping the Celtic world. The Celts' independence faded, their tribes absorbed or scattered. Yet their spirit endured, woven into the fabric of Europe. The Romans admired the Celts' courage, even as they sought to conquer them. Celtic gods, like Epona, found new worshippers among Roman soldiers. Her image carved in stone far from Gaul. Celtic craftsmen adapted, their spirals gracing Roman jewelry, their skills shaping new traditions. Imagine a Celtic smith, their hammer, striking iron, the sparks flying in a rhythm as steady as a heartbeat. The Celts' legacy was not erased, but transformed. Their influence a quiet thread in the tapestry of a changing world. The endurance of Celtic spirituality. The heart of the Celtic legacy lies in their spirituality, a reverence for the earth that outlasted their tribes. The sacred groves, springs, and stone circles, once alive with Druids' chants, became places of legend, their stones standing through centuries of wind and rain. The Christians who came later built churches near these sites, sensing their power, their altars echoing the Celts' offerings. Imagine a stone circle, its surface moss-covered, its silence holding stories of starlit rituals, its presence a whisper of the past. The Celts' festivals, Samhain, Beltane, Imbolc, Lugnasad left echoes in modern traditions. Samhain's shadowed nights, when the veil thinned, linger in tales of Halloween, its fires a memory of Celtic bonfires. Brigid, goddess of poetry and healing, became a saint, her flame burning in Christian hearths. The Celts' love of stories, their bards' voices, shaped the oral traditions of Ireland and Wales, their tales of heroes and gods written down in later centuries. Picture a bard's lyre, its strings now silent, its melody carried in the songs of distant descendants. The Celts' connection to nature, their belief in the divine within every leaf and stream, resonates still. Their healers' herbs, their warriors' torques, their seers' visions all were rooted in the land, a bond that speaks to those who walk forests or rivers today. Imagine standing by a spring, its water murmuring, surface reflecting a modern sky, yet feeling the same reverence the Celts knew. Their spirituality, fluid and enduring, is a legacy that whispers through time, a rhythm that soothes as it lingers. The decline and transformation, the Celts' world changed with the Romans' rise. Their tribes pushed to the edges of Europe, Hibernia, Caledonia, the far hills of Wales. Their Druids, once central, faded as new beliefs took hold, their wisdom preserved in whispers in the memories of bards. Villages once alive with the creak of baskets or the clash of spears grew quiet there. Round houses replaced by Roman villas or abandoned to the earth. Yet this was not an end, but a shift. The Celts' influence blending into new cultures. Their legacy, a quiet undercurrent. The struggles of this time were real lands lost, traditions altered, lives reshaped by conquest. The Celts faced these changes with resilience, their spirit enduring in the stories told by firelight, in the crafts passed to new hands. The Romans built roads where Celtic paths once lay, but the names of rivers, the shapes of hills, still carried Celtic echoes. Imagine a traveler on such a road, their steps steady, their heart holding memories of a grove, a spring, a stone circle. The Celts' legacy is not in grand monuments, but in the quiet persistence of their ways. Their art, their language, their reverence for the earth wove into the cultures that followed Irish, Welsh, Breton. The stories of their gods, their heroes, their healers live on, softened by time but unbroken. As you listen, let these echoes settle over you, their rhythm a gentle wave, carrying you toward rest, a gentle farewell to the Celtic world as we draw this journey to a close. Picture yourself lying beneath a great oak, its branches swaying softly, its leaves whispering in the breeze. The air is cool, scented with earth and sage, the stars above a map of the Celts' world. Their lives, their groves, their springs, their stories have unfolded over these 2 hours, a tapestry of mystery and meaning. The Druids' chants, the healers' herbs, the warriors' fires, the bards' tales. The stones silence all are threads in this legacy, stretching across Europe, across time. Into the quiet of your mind, the Celts lived in a world of cycles, of seasons turning, of life and death and rebirth. Their legacy is not in conquest, but in connection, in the way they listened to the earth, honored its rhythms, wove their lives into its embrace. As you rest now, let their world fade gently, its details softening like mist over a valley. The grove, the spring, the fire, the stones, they linger in your thoughts. A quiet promise of peace. Close your eyes, let the rhythm of their lives carry you. The stars shine above, the earth holds you below, and the Celts' legacy whispers softly, guiding you to sleep. Rest now in the comfort of your own time, where the struggles of their world are distant, and the night is yours alone. Sleep well.